I'm going for it. Chop. Chop? Okay. It fucking chopped! Wood cutting levels?
73.
Nice. Alright, here's the idea. I'm gonna swing this axe in real life and gain experience in Runescape. But this is a $4 plastic axe. It doesn't actually do anything. How am I supposed to do that? Well, I'm gonna spend a week writing code and editing videos so that you guys can appreciate it. Shit. I think that that's inherently a funny idea, but I want to be able to do it in real time on Twitch. I just want to be in the Twitch section, just chopping. Just, you know, it's like Oda blocks up there screaming.
Do not act like that, you rock crab.
When I'm just chopping trees in real life. RuneScape is one of the grindiest games ever.
Dude, boars are only worth 2 experience points apiece. Do you know how many we would have to kill to get up 30 levels?
Yes. 65,340,285.
And that's not to say that it isn't fun. There's this core feedback loop of you show up, you click on some stuff, you make some progress, you log out. But not every grind is created equally. Some are fun, some feel like the game, and some are like homework or chores that you do because you want to play more of the game.
Oh boy, you have no idea how happy I am to be done with this hunter grind. That was atrocious. It was awful.
That is where this idea came from. I was doing agility training on my Iron Man and I hated it so much. I was like, man, I would actually rather go to the IRL gym than click any more goddamn rooftops. And that's when the wheels started turning, and that's when I started building this app. If you tend to glaze over at the slightest mention of any nerd shit, then you better start spinning and change your name to Terracotta, because we're about to go in. Although there are many things happening on the front end here, none of them are individually that complicated. In fact, most of what you see is just a transparent image. The chat box is styled to resemble the RuneScape chat, and it's connected to my Twitch.tv chat through an API. The chat box is essentially 7 different bins for messages that I put the 7 most recent messages in. I tweaked the styles a bit to show it off, but the way the minimap works, it's essentially a run-of-the-mill carousel. If I have the overflow hidden, then it only shows the main one, and then it's behind the screenshot, so it normally you can only see the part that would show up in the minimap. I also use the minimap area to pop up an alert thanking new Twitch followers. This uses a different Twitch API than the one I use for the chat. I've also built components for certain RuneScape UI elements, like XP drops, the XP to the next level, and level ups. I added some borders to show how the inventory works. It's just a grid, and I get the icons from a RuneScape API. As far as which item goes into which slot, well, I get that from... Before I get any further, I have to tell you something. I have to apologize. My project's technically a bot. I know, $11. Jagex is powerless. The crabs. But my goal is not to cheat, not to gain an advantage, but to emulate one-to-one action. I want to swing an axe, chop a tree, and gain experience. Is that so wrong? Here's a quick run through of how this all works. When I swing the Joycon, the Python script sends a chop to the API. Seeing the chop in the API, the bot then chops a tree. Upon that tree being successfully chopped, it sends out an update to the API containing inventory and XP information. The front end then fetches that information from the API and updates what you see on the stream. My initial motion control idea was to forge my own journey from scratch and use a particle argon, and when I press this button it calls a web API. That totally worked. That did exactly what it was supposed to, except for there's a gazillion more steps here to build out what I realized I already owned, which is a Nintendo Switch controller, which has an accelerometer and gyroscope to detect that motion in it already. Open source, from a practical perspective, enables me to do things that I can't do, that I don't understand. I don't know how to reverse engineer a Nintendo Switch controller. I don't know how to write drivers. I'm a front-end guy. I build websites. I know how to use objects. And somebody has written all of this code, all this logic, done all this hard work, and shared it for free online so that I can just use an object that tells me when the buttons get pressed. So cool. These motion controls are, I think, technically 4-dimensional math because I have the 3 dimensions X, Y, and Z here, and then time. Over a 1.2 second increment, I look at the min and max of each of these axes, and if 2 of the axes move enough, then I count that as a chop. And you might say, Ben, wouldn't that count everything as chops? Yeah, it would. Any kind of movement, it doesn't have to resemble a chop. This is not a precise thing at all, but because I'm only swinging it like I'm chopping, I think that that's mostly correct. If you're seeing this, that means you survived 3 minutes of nerding, and I applaud you. Or you skipped it. I don't give a shit. My endgame for this project was to stream it live on Twitch on Halloween. Before the Halloween stream, though, I wanted to test my stream. So to test it, I just played this clip. Runelight HD parallel. This must be it, right? Is this it? With no further delay, here's some clips from the stream. Is it working? What do you guys figure the XP per hour is doing this? Starting at level 1. More XP than you should get swinging at a fake Christmas tree. Oh wait, I have one last thing. I think I was XP wasting before without this. Hot chop. Hot chop. Couple more logs and then I gotta go to the bank. Then I gotta hustle over here. And then I go to the bank. No. I'm an Iron Man, so, you know, I don't know where to get an axe upgrade. I will honestly say that this is kind of fun. Am I questioning how I spend my time? Maybe a little bit. But this is pretty fun. What we got there? 10? Oh man. The gains. Oh, you know what I didn't account for? The chat's getting long enough that they're on 2 lines. I've like thought about that as a potential bug and then didn't actually implement something to fix it. I'm kind of bummed I forgot about that chat thing, because I did actually think of that happening. Have you seen what happens when I bank? Because I'm pretty proud of that bit. Well, I can't bank until I finish this inventory. I wouldn't want to waste XP, Dom. It's just a plastic, like, prop that has a Joycon zip tied to it. I literally bought the axe and the bald cap at, like, a Halloween store. Code thieving. Oh god, no, my poor knees, Luke. Like, no squats, please. Mercy. I'm actually flabbergasted that this works. Like, I'm like nearly 20 woodcutting and it hasn't malfunctioned. Well, aside from the chat box, which I think I could fix in like 2 lines of CSS. Oh, I wasn't paying any attention. I'm still swinging at the tree, texting on my phone. I'm so happy that you found that video, because I wanted to test my stream anyway, so I was like, well, fuck it, if I'm gonna test my stream, I might as well leave like a goofy little breadcrumb here, in case somebody came in and like watched this stream, and they're like, what the fuck is this guy doing? Like, what are his past broadcasts? And the only past broadcast is this like cryptic, deadpan joke. That one was pretty much just for me. I was very amused. The Oracle has wandered pretty far astray, but it's found some trees, so I think it'll be okay, Emmett. My bot top here, my shirt, it's just like a Carhartt shirt that I painstakingly removed the front pocket from. I spent a week of my time to chop 200 logs IRL in an hour. Oh boy. I do feel like I've learned more about woodcutting. I don't know if I feel quite level 20 yet. So in an hour I got 20 woodcutting, and then let's see how many logs I chopped in this hour. What is that, 189? So just shy of 200 logs, starting from level 1 woodcutting. 5k XP in the first hour. Pioneering IRLscape. Born too late to explore the Earth. Born too early to explore the galaxy. Born just in time to pioneer IRLscape. And then you like floss. I couldn't have done this without the help of my buddy Emmett, who built the backend API bot part of this project. So to thank him, I did what any software engineer would do. I turned to LinkedIn to thank him in overly verbose, corporate buzzword jam-packed garbage. So here's what I wrote. You may have heard of the often mentioned Rockstar Ninja, Samurai Shogun, Haberdasher engineers, but I'm here to thank someone whose talents transcend that. Eminent and esteemed, Emmett is truly built different. With only a vague explanation of MVP and market fit, Emmett implemented a cutting-edge AI oracle that precisely interprets commands from my front end. Not only did he write an industry-leading AI, he exposed an API for it. There's no chapter in a textbook that teaches you how to build bulletproof experiences like this. Displaying his mastery of time management, Emmett found enough spare minutes in his days to crush feature creep tickets on this project as we rushed to market. Hashtag kudos. Why have a hashtag rockstar engineer when you could have a hashtag Emmett engineer? Thanks, buddy. And post.
You know that feeling when you got a bug you can't solve, so you go to bed angry and then you solve it while you're laying in bed, so you gotta get up and solve it. That's how it feels to drive a Ford.
Hey.
You thought it was a real axe.
Nice.
Heyo! My entire existence is cringe.